my fragrance friends, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today we're going to be going over my rose perfume collection, and yes, and that is a lot. That is 59 perfumes, and this is only my full size perfumes, not my travel size. I only have one little travel size there, and I'm going to get into why I'm going to talk about that. And to give you a barometer of what I mean by rose perfume, just because a perfume will have a rose note does not mean it is a rose dominant nose, rose to my nose. For example, Angel Nova by Mugler, it does have a rose note, but I don't consider that a rose dominant perfume. Another example, Black Perfecto by Guerlain, EDP. It has a rose note in there and you can detect it, but it is not a rose dominant perfume. So when I say these are rose dominant, I mean these are rose dominant. And I was inspired to do this by another perfume reviewer / collector. Her name is Layla. She's from Azerbaijan, but she's based out in the UAE, and she just a couple of weeks ago went over her top 10 perfumes. I sat down to think about that, but then I got really overwhelmed because, as you can see, I have a lot of rose perfumes. It is my favorite note, and it has been since I've been in high school. I mean, I've never had a bad experience with rose, maybe one or two, but it's just always been my thing. Then I got overwhelmed, couldn't do it, so I decided to just do it backwards. So I'm going to do an eagle eye view, and over time in multiple videos, I will whittle down and do videos by category of, you know, like rose oud, woody rose, watery rose, fruity rose, so on and so forth. So I'm just going to hop right in, and I'm going to try my best to not get too chitty-chatty about perfumes because I can go on and on and on and on and on and on forever. So we're just going to hop right in. Okay, so the first one I'm just going to grab and go in no particular order. Here we have Black Perfecto by Guerlain is La Petite Robe Noire, but this is the floral version. This is a I really enjoy this. It is a sexy perfume, unexpected. You get rose, like 2 doses of rose. I think it's like rose and rose water. You get almond, and even though there's no cherry note listed, I get cherry in here and leather. So this is a sexy, unexpected perfume. Really enjoy this. This one is from Kilian. I'm going to be very careful with the reflections. This is Woman in Gold by Kilian. This is a powdery, slightly aldehydic rose perfume that is a little witty. It is very sophisticated, definitely more on the mature side. I have to be in a kind of specific mood to wear this, but it is very pretty, rosy, powdery, sophisticated, elegant scent. This one is Jardins d'Misva by Un Nuit au Aman. I was not aware of this brand or perfume until I heard Gabby talk about it a few months ago, and then I forgot that I had it, and then the perfume reviewer, Sebastian, was talking about it, I think, a week or so ago, and then I pulled it out because I was like, oh, you know how you have things in your collection, and honestly, you just forget you have them? This was one of those, so I've been showing it love. This is a nutty rose with dates. So it's a very syrupy rose. If you ever ate those like dates filled with almonds that's soaked in rose water, that is literally what that smells like. It is a date rose. Just love this. Love it. This one is Rose Silence by Miller Harris. This is a very simple, light, close to the skin perfume, but yet I enjoy it so much out the shower, out the bath, going to bed, and sometimes mixing it with other perfumes. It is a rosy, musky, light, watery scent. Really appreciate this, and I like the slight weight of the bottle. This one here I don't talk about because I will feel like a jerk talking about this because it's hard to find in America. This is Les Fleurs du Golfe, Gulf Flowers, Rose Damascena. This is a sexy perfume. And this one, to give you a little bit of a story, so this one, the shipping I paid on this was out of control. It took about a month and a half to get it, but man, was the wait worth it. It is a pistachio rose with honey and ginger, just a couple of notes off the top of my head. This is not a strong beast projector. It is closer to the skin. The person has to be within a few feet of you to really smell it, but this is a sexy date fragrance. And if you are in a country where it's easy for you to get this brand, Les Fleurs du Golfe, I highly recommend you get your nose on Rose Damascena for a sexy honey, ginger, pistachio. Oh, this just, I can't even. Another one that I just enjoy so thoroughly is Enticed 2 by Ajmel. This is, again, a very pretty everyday, no fuss, no muss, no thinking, florally, musky, fruity scent, and a few of you have bought this off my recommendation and have been really enjoying it. And first of all, thank you to everybody that takes a chance and buys things off of my recommendations and then goes the extra step to let me know. I really appreciate you guys. I really do, because you guys give me the encouragement to keep moving forward. But again, really pretty everyday scent. This one I struggle with. This is Narciso Rodriguez Rogue. This is a little too sharp. It is a beautiful scent, but it is a little sharp for me. So this is, if you're familiar with Narciso Rodriguez, the musk can sometimes come off a little sharp in the beginning. So you have that sharp iris nose and you have that sharp musk note with the Bulgarian rose in here. It is very pretty, but the sharpness of the iris and the musk is a little bit too much, so it's hard for me to reach for. It does soften down. It is sexy, but just because of that, it makes it difficult for me to reach for. But on that note, for lipsticky rose, it's much easier for me to get with, and I've been enjoying much more. This is Fatan by the brand Recessi. This is a Middle Eastern brand. This is PERFUME. It is a lipsticky rose, which is lightened up by fruits. It is a very strong perfume. To me, this lasts very long. It is a lipsticky rose, but it is easier to get with because it's lightened up with the fruit. And to me, this reminds me of like having spring brunch outside with your friends. That's literally what this smells like to me. Another little hidden gem here. This is Pascal Morabito Sultan Rose. If you like Tom Ford Cafe Rose, I haven't heard anybody mention this on YouTube. This is freakishly similar to that. They're not a one-to-one dupe, but they are freakishly similar. Like that spicy patchouli. I think there might be some coffee notes in here. Again, not one-to-one, but if you enjoy Cafe Rose by Tom Ford, you will enjoy this. If you don't want to spend that crazy price on that, or you have it in your collection, but you don't want to wear it all the time, or you want to amend your wearing it with this, or you want to have both and you just want to have a scent that you can wear more, it's about $30. I highly recommend this. A spicy patchouli, think slightly coffee rose. For a super Middle Eastern scent, this is a rose oud. This is Bidun Isam by Ahmed Al Maghribi. I struggle with this one, yeah, because it is very oudi in the beginning. It is a watery rose with saffron, but it does calm down after a while. And I think there might be other spices in here as well. So it is long lasting. It'll be on your clothes literally the next day. But this is for hardcore rose oud collectors who have the patience to withstand the transition. But this is definitely not beginner friendly, but that bottle though. Okay, and this is the only travel size here that I will mention. Sorry, I'm just gonna fix my arm. This is the only travel size I will mention here. This is not sponsored by Semper. I can't believe I'm saying this because they don't even know who I am. This is Semper. The reason why I'm mentioning this here is because it's a new release. It's from Ashley Benson. It's called West 12th. It is a woody, zesty orange rose. So it's really appropriate for the spring, and I've been really enjoying it lately. And I'm definitely going to be making an effort to get the bigger bottle of this. So this is a light rose, like a light yellow rose. I don't know why yellow rose is coming to my mind. So it's like a light young rose with orange and light wood. It is so pretty. It's going to be awesome in the spring for a light, refreshing kind of rose. And again, this is Ashley Benson, and it's an exclusive to Scentbird. So I've been really enjoying that. Another rose oud here. This is Giorgio Gold by Beverly Hills. This is a very beginner-friendly oud. If you were ever curious what the big deal about oud is, I've talked about this a couple months ago in a haul, and I linked it there. And the last time I checked, there is only a few left of this left on Fragrance X. So if you want to get it, I highly suggest you grab it now. It is a plummy, sweet rose oud and very easy to get with. Very easy. It's very, very pretty. For a heavier oud, for more very, how do you say, advanced oud people, this is Promise Me Intense by Mauboussin. This is black rose, oud, and saffron. And the first minute and a half, it is barnyardy in the beginning, like almost like animalic. It is unpleasant, and I was almost about to wash it off my skin, but I'm glad I didn't. It dries down beautifully, but this is a thick, like syrupy, oudy rose. But if you can get past the beginning, I highly recommend this. This is Promise Me Intense by Mauboussin, which is a French brand. Okay, another authentically Middle Eastern rose profile. This is from the brand Rasasi. This is called Morhaf. This is rose oud. Very, very strong, very pretty, but it is strong in terms of the performance. And this is an easier rose oud to get with if for like a higher beginner, sort of intermediate level, because there is a raspberry note that makes it smoother and lightens it and cuts it up. So if you want authentically rose oud that has a Middle Eastern touch to it, I would recommend this Morhaf by Rasasi, and it's affordable, higher end affordable. It's like $60. Another powerful rose oud that's very Middle Eastern. This is a unisex. This is Shagaf Awad Eswed. This is rose. This is saffron. It's leather. This is powerful. It's strong. It is a beast. And there's a leather note that can make this a little difficult for people. But if you love oud and you enjoy leather in your scents, you like Middle Eastern scents, this is a powerful beast to have in the collection. Another rose oud. This is by the brand Ajmal, another Middle Eastern brand. This is rose oud. There is saffron. There are other spices in here. This is a sexy scent. This will garner you compliments. Definitely recommend this for the evening. Wear whatever you want, whenever you want, but because it's so strong, I would recommend it for the evening. This is a very sexy rose oud. This is on the pricier side. It's about $100, and it's a very heavy bottle, but beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Another rose oud I haven't heard anybody talk about. This is Oud Waward by Berdos. This is a French brand, I believe. Just to clarify, just because something has oud in it doesn't make it Middle Eastern. Just want to make that clarification here. Anyway, so this is a syrupy rose with a clean resiny kind of oud. I think, again, great for sort of late beginner, sort of beginning intermediate level, because it is a resiny oud and there's no complication, there's no real necessary, you don't need it to transition or calm down. I think this is great for that as well. And this is a niche brand. I think it's about $60, and I linked it in my haul a couple of months ago, and there's only a few left. So if you're curious to maybe get this, I would recommend you get it soon. Another one that I love, 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 love. Doesn't get much love here. It is Chopard Rose Maliki. Amber Maliki gets all the love, but to me, this just hits. This is a Jammy rose with saffron and cedarwood. It's like you took the inside white pulp of a tree, or the wood shavings of a wood, and you put it with Jammy saffron rose. It is so stunning. This is a unisex scent, leans a little bit masculine, just a little bit masculine. But this is, I can't. Oh, I don't want to miss this. This one is Chopard Love by Chopard. This is really pretty, but I don't really find myself reaching for it. This is, I think, like 4 levels of rose in here with patchouli. So this is like a spicy, warm rose, great for the winter. Very pretty. This is a pretty everyday rose. This is Wild Rose by Coach. This is an ambroxany ambery kind of rose. It is very pretty. Some people might not like ambroxan, so just to let you know, there is ambroxan. And there's this slight creaminess to it. I don't remember where it's from, but it's a slight, maybe there's cashmere in here. That could be where it's from. But yeah, very pretty, slightly fruity, ambroxany rose for just every day, no thinking. The next one up is a classic. We have Coco Noir Chanel. I'm halfway through the bottle, but it's not because I reach for it a lot. It's because I've had this little precious thing for years. Like, I don't know if you can hear the dent. You hear that? It's like up to here. This is really strong. It is a rose patchouli. This is like, I don't know. This is, you have to be in a certain kind of mood, like wearing a button-up white t-shirt with pressed slacks with the crease really crisp and pearls. That is kind of the vibe with this. So this is definitely more on the mature side. Elegant, definitely smells like money, but this is like a spicy rose. let me not forget anything here. So this one I recently hauled, really been enjoying it. One of my friends wore this, finally got my hands on this. This is from Ard Al Zafran. This is Shams Al Khosasi Emarat. A really pretty, soft, feminine, rounded, powdery, sweet, slightly fruity rose. That's going to be great for dates. It definitely sits a little bit closer to the skin, but there's something addictive about this that you just want to keep smelling it, and it's so feminine. So Shams Al Khosasi, really pretty, and it's going to bloom on my skin and as the weather warms up. This is Swiss Arabian Faith Bloom. This is definitely not going to be for everybody because there is this toy-like opening to it, but this just makes my heart smile. Did I say it was from Swiss Arabian? Yeah. It has a toy plasticky opening, but other than that, it's a bergamonte, rosy, light, sunny, musky rose. It literally makes me feel like I'm wearing like jelly sandals and white t-shirt, and I'm just living my best life. Just is so carefree to me, but definitely not going to be for everybody. This one is, I have to be very careful with. I'm going to leave it over there because I don't want to catch my reflection. This one is from Beit Al Bakhur. This is called the Habsafi. It is very similar to Cafe Intense by Montale, but to me it's heavier on the rose. So I like to mix that with that, but to me this is better. I enjoy this much more. One, the price, it's like $30, I think. Two, it's, I think, stronger in the throw initially, and the rose is more prominent for me. This one I do not enjoy, but I will keep it because of the bottle. This is Ajwad by Latafa. This is similar to Roses Vanille by Mancera, and I can't get with that either. It has a lemon watery note in that, but this one doesn't have those notes, I believe, but it does have like a cold air note, and it smells metallic, and I just can't get with it, but I'm just keeping it for the bottle. But if you like Roses Vanille, then you're probably gonna like this. Another Middle Eastern brand here. This is Swiss Arabian Rose 01. This is, first of all, I really love this one. It's a spicy, lychee, fruity rose that is not quite like Delina and not quite like Atomic Rose, because I have Atomic Rose here. This does have peppery notes in it, but yet it's not the same as that, because there's also a slightly green watery element to this that just kind of brightens it up. The throw on this, the projection, the sillage, the long lastingness on this is ridiculous for the price. It is ridiculous. I think this is about $60, $70, so it's a little bit more expensive affordable, but it's still affordable, and you don't need that much. It is just that girl. I love this one, Rose 01. So it is in the vein of like Atomic Rose, but yet it stands on its own. Totally worth having both in the collection, because there is this pepperiness to it, but there's also this watery, slight green note to it. Anyway, I love it, and I get lots of compliments on this. Just gonna scan this real quickly to make sure I didn't forget anything. Okay, and this is another one I haven't heard here on YouTube yet. This is by Diana von Freeland, I believe. It's called Empress of Fashion. This is a very interesting rose. It's almost like an Ayurvedic rose, like an herbally rose. This is woody. There is saffron in here, yeah. It is a little spicy. I think there's like a sandalwoody note to it. This reminds me of what an art professor would wear, or if I was going to a classic museum to study the art, I would wear this. This is definitely, you have to be in the mood to wear this. It's very unique. It's almost like art in a bottle. It's very, very unique, but it's like a spicy rose. Very interesting. This one is Modern Musk by Alhambra, Mason Alhambra. I don't know what it's a dupe of, at least I can't remember. It is like Rose's Elixir by Montale, but sexier because there is this spiciness to it. And I don't know where it's coming from because online all I could see that it said fruit musk rose, but there's some spiciness that's giving it an edge that I really enjoy, because I don't like Rose's Elixir. I mean, not that I don't like it, but this is just like its sexier sister. I don't know what to tell you. This little hidden gem here is by Alexandra J. It's called Rose Alba. This is like a dry sandalwoody rose. It is very interesting, really interesting. And I just really enjoy the bottle too. I just kind of like the opulence. Maybe other people might think it's tacky, but I don't know. I really kind of enjoy it. But anyway, a dry sandalwoody kind of rose thing going on here. This is Mancera. This is amber and roses. This is pretty simple to explain. It's heavy on the amber, heavy on the roses. Really, really great on its own, but also great for layering. Another one I haven't really heard anybody talk about is Pink Roses by Mancera. This is like an ambergris green rose. Like literally, it's like green rose, but then there's like ambergris in it that kind of throws it in its own direction, and this is going to be great for the spring. So again, this is Pink Roses by Mancera. This is let's see, Roses Greedy by Mancera, a musky, fruity rose. Really pretty, really, really pretty. Does get compliments, but out of those two, I really appreciate this one. This to me is actually better and more interesting than Heist 2 by Edgemel. We'll just finish up the back row here. This one is, I have to be careful with this, Owled Queen Roses. So Owled Queen Roses, again, it's just one of those things that kind of fly under the radar here on YouTube. It is a hibiscus soapy rose with oud. And it's literally all those three things in the beginning, but there's also leather. It is so interesting. It is random, like all these things, but you definitely get the leather. But it is cleaned up by the soapiness of the hibiscus, which also gives it a sweetness. So we get that rose and oud, but then it's made unique by the hibiscus and the leather. And I know it sounds so weird and freaky, but it is sexy and it is strong. It is a beast, so be careful with it. Another one of my all-time favorites, this is Rose Musk Intense. Rose, and it's like basically Rose's musk, but like more literally as the name suggests, intense. But one thing you have to note, this sits closer to the skin, so it does last longer, and it is more like a thicker composition, but it sits closer to the skin. It doesn't throw as much as original Rose's Musk. And this is original Rose's Musk I'm talking about. This is Rose, Musk, Amber, and Jasmine, and I actually do sense the jasmine. Like once you smell it, you can't unsmell it, but it's all the way in the background, and it just adds this level of interest to it. So this throws more, but this sits closer to the skin, but they both are beast, both of them. And they're huge, huge, huge compliment getters. Oh my God. This is another rose. This is Dark Purple by Montale. It is a dry fruit woody rose. This one is Intense Cafe. It's a vanilla rose with a little bit of coffee, but that coffee I really don't get. You have to kind of stick your nose in it to really kind of smell it. But to me, that's predominantly just a sweet vanilla rose. So let's go here. This is L'Extase Rose Absolute. The perfumer is Francis Kurkdjian. This is compared to MFK Oud Satin Mood. I only have a sample of that I bought when I bought something off the website. I can see they're related, but they're not the same. This is a dark rose with spiciness, like there's pepper, there's red pepper and black pepper, I think, in here. So it's a darker, sexier rose, and it is a strong projector, in my opinion. A lot of people decluttered it. I don't know why. It's really just very sexy. And this one, oh my gosh, Sonia Constant did this. She did her thing on this. It is discontinued, so if you have it in collection, please pull it out. But if you're able to get your hands on it, if you're a hardcore rose lover that loves boozy, plummy, spicy roses, that is this. Or you just love pretty much anything Sonia Constant makes. Man, it is exactly what the bottle looks like. You cannot wear kitten heels with this. You cannot wear espadrilles. You can't bring that shy, coy energy. No, darling. You need to bring the stilettos. You need to bring the thigh-high boots. That's the energy of this. It is a boozy, plummy rose with pepper, and it is a beast. It's not the strong beast in terms of like the throw, but like in terms of the performance, it's amazing, and it is so darkly sexy. This is femme fatale energy in a bottle. Hello. This one is, I have to speed this up a little bit because I want to get this done all in one. This is Atomic Rose by Initio. I kind of want to cry when I think about the price of this, so I'm not going to think about it right now. But this is a peppery, sexy rose. There is no oud in here. None at all, but it is dark. It's woody, and it throws, it gets compliments, it lasts long. It's just all the things. It's a classic for a reason. This is original Donna Valentina. It has leather, iris, and rose, so it's a pretty non-offensive, very strong perfume in terms of the performance. It lasts forever on the clothes. So this is a lipsticky, rosy, leathery rose, but the leather comes off more like suede. So to me, that makes it more palatable. I mean, I love leather notes, but just letting you guys know. I have a flanker of the original Stella EDP, but this is the EDT. This is like a lemony, watery, springy rose. I love this. I went through bottles of the Stella EDP. It was my signature scent in college, so it really irritated me when I found out they were discontinued. So this does scratch an itch for Stella, but it doesn't quite hit. But if you miss Stella, it's better than nothing. Yeah, so it's like a lemony Stella that's more watery. This Quattro in Rose by Boucheron. It is musky, citrusy. It has quince in it, like floral musky rose. Very pretty for spring. I love reaching for this one. This is Miss Dior by Christian Dior. This is Rose and Roses. There's no aldehydes listed in here, but to me this is a very fresh rose. This comes off as aldehydic to my nose. Roses, pear, very pretty every day. Like, I don't really need to think about it. Perfume, and the performance is awesome. And here we have a little bit of history. This just sits here. I don't really actually wear this, but I do come here to sniff it every now and then. My maternal grandmother, sister always smelled like this, so it just brings back a lot of memories. So it just quietly sits here and sits here and sits here and sits here. But if you're a hardcore rose collector, I would recommend getting in the collection because it is stupid cheap, and it's from the Perfumer's Workshop, and I just really enjoy the name Perfumer's Workshop. And this is a photorealistic tea rose. Like, literally, if you took yellow tea roses and you stuck your nose in it, it is photorealistic. So this is a bit of history, and I always get transported back in time every time I smell this. So just, it's very enjoyable and very affordable. Another one, this is Rose Moceniga by Moceniga, I think, yeah, by Merchants of Venice, and by The Body Shop. If you're a hardcore rose collector or lover, you might know this. By The Body Shop, it was called Atlas Mountain Rose. They discontinued that. And this kind of smells like that. So it's that, like, this watery rose, springy rose. It is not a strong projector or anything, but it is a very beautiful spring rose. And if you miss Atlas Mountain Rose by The Body Shop, this definitely scratches that itch. And this one is from Essential Parfums, Rose Magnetic. And again, on my search for Stella, there's another perfume collector / reviewer. Her name is Tara. Yeah, Tara, yes. And I had not heard of the perfume company before she had mentioned it. But anyway, she was going over her favorite rose perfumes, and she mentioned that this is similar. Not similar, but like if you miss Stella McCartney EDP to get this, and all she said was Stella EDP, and I immediately bought it. It's about $75, and it is pretty, but it doesn't quite scratch the itch, but I can see what she's saying. So it's a very light, slightly fruity, nectarine-y, springy rose. It's very pretty, very, very pretty. And another little bit of history, vintage history. I really enjoy wearing this after a bath. It's called Taboo Rose, and I dropped it and I messed it up here with the perfume. It is like a slightly watery, again, springy rose with a little bit of fruit. I don't know. It just makes me feel like a glamour girl every time I put this on after a bath. So we have a little bit of vintage history here. Taboo Rose. I really enjoy this. Here's another unique rose that's definitely not going to be for everybody. It's Flor Botanica by Balenciaga. It is like almost like a dirty patchouli initially. Like literally a little bit dirty. There is a cannabis note initially. It makes you think of, like, there's no other way to say this without it sounding a little gross, but like an earthy, dirty dirt patchouli. But let it play down on your skin, and it becomes this sweet, fresh rose. So this is very unique. So once it warms up on your skin, it becomes this sweet, fresh rose. And this is a compliment getter. And this is one of the rare bottles that I actually bought on Macari. And there was a little bit of a dent in it. So, because obviously I wanted to save a few dollars. I swear the things we do to save a few bucks. But anyway, very unique rose. Very, very unique. Let's see. Here we have another Nina Ricci, La Extase. I think this is just a rose one. This is a fruity raspberry Rose. I think this is also by Francis Kurkja. Just pretty fruity rose, you know, very, very pretty. Let's see. This is from Victoria's Secret, Hardcore Rose. A couple of you, I think one of you bought it off my recommendation and really enjoyed it. It's a plum rose. Really pretty. Very, very pretty. This one is another hidden gem. This is kind of old, the older bottle. They redid the bottle, but this is Bryant Park by Bond number 9. It is a raspberry rhubarby spicy rose, and not everybody can like this because it is a little sharp in the beginning, but this gets me compliments. And there's a muskiness to it, and I don't know where it's from. And I just want to get to this because some of you might be thinking, why is this here? Because I want to finish this up in 1 minute. This is Machina Toy 2 Rose. Yes, this is a bubblegum perfume, but after a minute, I immediately get that Bulgarian rose and that ginger. So to me, this is a bubblegummy Bulgarian rose treat. This is a rose-dominant perfume. Say what you will. This is a rose-dominant perfume. And this is a fruity, juicy rose. This is by Issimiyaki, Roses and Roses. Oh, so good. This is a discontinued scent that was originally released in the Middle East from Juicy Couture, Royal Rose. This is an Incense Taif rose. And I think this is amber, so it's Middle Eastern leaning. Absolutely sexy. This one, I've been enjoying this for years. This is Rumier 2 Rose by Lanvin, a citrusy, airy, light rose. It reminds me of taking walks in Central Park. The memory is very specific for me. Another pretty everyday scent, at least for me, to my nose, Fleur Musk EDP by Narciso Rodriguez. Musky rose. There's peony and pepper, and man, this is a pretty girl scent, no joke. And these two perfumes are no's. I don't know why they're still here. On my search for Stella McCartney, I bought Juliet Has a Gun, Miss Charming. Do not recommend this. I'm not even going to get into this. Just no. And another big no. I don't know why it's still here. This is Fleur Fatale by Kim Kardashian. And when people think of bad, like, vintage-y roses, but like in all the bad ways, I think people are thinking of this scent. So even for me, this is a no-go. Fleur Fatale by Kim Kardashian. I think I'm just keeping it because of the bottle. I don't know what my problem is. So I think we covered everything. Yeah, oh my goodness, we covered everything. Thank you so much, my friends, for being here. Please let me know what your favorite perfumes are below. And if you're here still at the end, I appreciate you so much, Habibi. Just a gentle reminder, please find somebody to thank today, even if it's for something small. And more importantly, take a moment to thank God. Because if you're here watching this video, that means we made it to yet another day. And even with our trials and tribulations, God is great. Thank you, my friend. Bye.